Hello, welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. I'm very excited today to meet I have two guests today, and they are with SAFE's HIPPY Program. I have Becky Epperson and Britni Roberson. Now, Becky and I have done this several times, but Britni, this is your first time. Thank y'all both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Great. Well, before we get started, I'll ask you to tell about yourselves. Just a little bit, are you from here, family here, things like that. Becky, why don't you start?
I grew up in Sturteville, Alabama, and I moved across 280, and now I live just outside Sylacauga. So been around this area my whole entire life. Have two kids, and my youngest has just started college. He's a junior in college right now, but we just moved him in this weekend. But both of my kids did HIPPY.
Oh, wow. It's been around a while.
A while. This is my 21st year.
Oh, my goodness. That's great. It's a great program, though.
Oh, yeah.
And Britni, are you from Sylacauga?
No, ma'am. I'm from Blairsville, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I moved here about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love it here. I've really enjoyed being here.
Good.
I got two little girls. I got a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Okay.
And they've done HIPPY too.
Oh, great. That's why I'm so glad you're here. Both of you can talk about what your parents, what you did as parents and how your kids enjoyed it. Great. Well, first of all, what is HIPPY?
HIPPY stands for Home Instruction Program for Parents of Preschool Youngsters.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
That is. That's why we call it HIPPY. So that's just a shortened version, but it's been around since 1998 in Sylacauga. We've had, I don't know how many kids we've actually had go through the program. I would love to have a reunion and find that out, but it's a great program.
And it's through SAFE, right?
We're at SAFE Family Service Center. Okay. Of course, they have a lot of programs there, but we're one of their first.
That's great. And this is all over the country, isn't it? SAFE is, I think.
We have just changed. We've always been with HIPPY USA, and this year we're with the National HIPPY Network, and that is a mouthful also. But,
yes.
They're doing things a little different, so we have some adjustments to do, but it seems to be going smooth, the adjustments right now.
Great. That's awesome. Everything changes, improves, over the years.
Exactly.
That's great. That's right. What ages are HIPPY? What ages is HIPPY for? What age children?
It's for 2, 3, and 4-year-olds.
Oh, okay, 2-year-olds. Oh my, that's relatively new, isn't it? The last couple of years.
Yes, we started 2-year-olds. We did the kind of a pilot program, and this year I'm happy to say that we can serve as many 2-year-olds as we can. Good. They did have a limit on it because it was such a new program, but now we are allowed to serve as many 2-year-olds as we can, which they took our 5-year-old HIPPY activities away, so because of pre-K and different things like that. So we're excited. And the 2-year-old, we have a lesson of one of our 2-year-old lessons, and it's really good. And you think, 2-year-old, that's really young, but it's geared just towards their level. So
Great books, hardback books for 2-year-olds. Yeah. I mean, they're great.
I love Goodnight Moon. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. How much does this cost?
It's free. It don't cost nothing.
Oh,
it's completely free.
Wow.
So anybody can do it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, this is in the Sylacauga area, our county, Talladega.
All of Talladega County. We do serve a few people who are on the outskirts, maybe like in just outside in Clay County. Right. Clay County does not have a HIPPY program right now, but Coosa County does. Oh, okay. So if they're just on the line and they want to do something, we would never turn them away if there's any way possible for us to serve them.
Right. Well, kind of explain to me what you do. Y'all are HIPPY parent educators. Right. Okay. Kind of explain the process of what happens when you're doing it. What happens when you're doing it with your child, I guess. And
well, as the parent educator would go out to the house and bring the activity, the supplies, the books for the child, and she will go over it with the parent that's going to be doing the activity with the child, and make sure that the parent completely understands the activity, and then the parent will do it with the child.
Okay, that's wonderful.
But with COVID right now, we haven't been able to do it in home for all last year, and we don't know if we're going to get to do it in home this year. So we've been doing either over the phone or Zoom. We'll definitely do Zoom if anybody
Okay.
would like to do Zoom and go over the activity with the parent that way.
I'm so glad you didn't have to stop because of COVID.
No.
I mean, we all kind of stopped everything and then readjusted, but y'all made it work.
And that's exactly what we did. We decided we take and drop the lessons and everything off at the door so the parent can just come out and pick them up, and we have them in bags, and only certain people touch the lessons, so it's not like they're contaminated or anything when you get them. I mean, and so we're very careful. We always wear masks and gloves or whatever when we're delivering everything, so that everybody is not just because that's how they say it's transferred. So we try to be as safe as we can, and we drop them off on the porch or make sure the parent's there to pick them up as soon as possible, and then we, like Britni said, then we may set an appointment to call or do Zoom with you to go over the lessons later.
That is great. Like I said, I'm so glad COVID didn't cause you to stop. You continue
had to
to
adjust, but
yeah. That's okay. That's all right. So you go into the home and you teach the parent how to do it with the children, right?
Yes,
with their
ma'am.
children. What do the parents do? What kind of things are they doing with their kids?
Oh, they're doing fun activities. They read books, and there's plenty of activities that go with the book. I think, like for instance, with the 2-year-old, with this one, you would just find different things in the books and then look around and see if you can find the same things in the house. Just something
that's great, yeah.
for the 2-year-old on their level. And then, with the 3-year-old, you make the puppets, or there's motor skills.
Science experiments. I know a lot of the kids love the science
Yeah.
experiments, and that's about the only thing that is not free. Sometimes we may have to have like flour or something that you have in your pantry. 9 times out of 10, that I know we had apples on the list, and we can't. Apples will go bad if we start taking things like. And plus, you don't want everybody touching your food. So.
Right. No.
But they may make applesauce or mashed potatoes or something like that with the parent, just to see how it is that when you start out, the apple's hard, and then when you cook it, just simple things like that. There's several science experiments. We make a volcano.
You do testing if something sinks or floats, or magnets. Just
so fun, and you're doing it with your child. I know sometimes the confusion is that you're going to come into the home and do it with the child, but you're teaching the parent.
Exactly.
And the parent does it with the
Getting
child.
them involved when the kids are young, because it shows that when the parents are involved and says this is important to me, to the child, and the child sees that, then they know that their parent's going to be with them throughout their entire school years. I had a parent that I saw a few weeks ago that I had her a few years ago, and she said that her child, I think he's in 3rd grade now, and he's reading on like a 6th grade level.
Oh, goodness.
And she says that Hippie did that, but it was her. She's the one that did it. We can't take credit for that. If we put it out there, all we do is give you the information, and how you use it is up to you. But again, that mom got involved with that child, and it's going to continue all the way through school because she did it when he was young.
She made it important.
Exactly.
That is awesome. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back to talk some more with Becky and Britni.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery, to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Becky Epperson and Britni Roberson from HIPPY, Home Instruction for Parents of Preschool Youngsters. I got it right.
That's
Through SAVE. And we partner with y'all. I'll just throw this out there by doing Word of the Week. And I love that. You know, we love reading, and we love for kids to be involved with books and learning that reading is fun. You know, whether they're reading or somebody's reading to them. So we do Word of the Week. When you get started, parents can come in and pick up a book that is the words you're going to focus on for that week. So that's fun.
You know, the kids don't have to know how to spell the word or anything like that. We just want to put their vocabulary out there, and maybe like elephant is the word, so they'll talk about where elephants live. Just broaden their horizons on things like that. And we've actually expanded that. Y'all were our first and our most, but we've incorporated the other libraries all throughout the county. Some of them are a little more vigilant than others, but we appreciate y'all bringing that up, and that has been a hit. Our parents look forward to looking for the books at the library.
Oh, good. Well, we're glad if you come see us, but we want you to go get books wherever is most convenient for you.
Exactly.
Go to your library in your area, so that's great. Now, we've talked about what you do, kind of what supplies do you give the parents, or is there anything, you said the only things they might have to buy might be like an apple or flour or something like that. What do you provide?
We have a little box we bring out. Of course, it's crayons, scissors, glue, all the basic school supply things you'll need. We do a lot with popsicle sticks. Bluebell usually donates those, so we're tickled. You know, we partner with anybody who will help us out in the community, and Bluebell's a huge partner in this town, of course. And then we have different shapes, you know, just so the kids can feel and touch and see the different shapes. We just the basic school supplies that they need to do any of the activities.
Good. Now, you said the parents are doing it with the kids. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes a day, something like that. But I'm sure if you're really having a good time, it can take longer.
Oh, yes, ma'am, it sure can.
Oh, that's great. And they do it every day for about 30 weeks?
Yeah, right? It is a 30-week program, but Britni and I were talking earlier, you know, if her kids if they're into a lesson and they want to keep going, then they can keep going. But then on your 2-year-olds, if you have a 2-year-old, it is broken down into different activities so that all you have to do is do this and move on. But the thing I love about this, it's not all sit down, let's do this.
Yes.
Let's get up and move. We have motor skills, and they may have an obstacle course or something like that. So it's not just sit down and learn. Kids learn better when they're having fun.
Yes.
And so I have fun doing this. I've did it with both of my kids and a couple of my nieces. And, you know, I'm a big kid at heart anyways. I have just as much fun as they do, I think.
Oh, wow. Well, let's look at, y'all send us some pictures. Let's see. Okay, yeah, just tell us what's going on in there.
This was our end of the year celebration. Because of COVID, we could not have our end of the year picnic like we wanted to. So we went to Pinecrest Elementary, and the parents pulled their kids up in the car, and they were not on the road, not buckled up. They were in a parking lot.
I know, in the drive-through lane. Oh, how fun.
And that's actually Britni's little girl.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
another one of our hippie kids, but they would just come up and we took their picture just to share. Yeah, and that's Dr. Eller, our new superintendent, and had a lot of fun. We also did this in Talladega. And when we got to Talladega at R.L. Young, the bottom had just fell out.
Oh,
and
so wet.
Some of the parents had decorated their cars. Now this one has 3 hippie kids. All 3 of those people in that car did hippie at some point in time.
Oh,
so that's
my
pretty
goodness,
cool.
the parents did. Oh, how fun.
And if you see, they decorated their cars before they came.
I know the kids were thrilled. How sweet.
And it's nice to see the parents get involved. You know, I mean, that's just something. But we were not.
Even the dads. I love it. What is that? They've got, yeah.
That was our summer program that we had.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. We sent out an activity, well, quite a few activities each week for 6 weeks, and they got to make stuff and do a lot of fun stuff. This was our 4th of July one right there.
I see.
They made a lot of, and we did a 4th of July parade, and they made little instruments and a little flag, all and hats. They had a lot of fun doing that one.
I would bet the parents enjoy it as much.
Oh, yeah. And this is our final. We did a camping spree with Mr. McGee.
Yeah.
And I love that story. And so we were able to get all the kids tents. And if it's not, you know, of course they can use it as a tent, but my idea was that they could have it as a reading nook or something. So
fun.
we have to apologize to all the parents that have their tents in their living room floors.
No. That's fun. Hey, if it encourages them to read and play and have fun, that's great.
But this was a one-time thing, they say, but we had a really good response, and I'm hoping that they continue doing that. And we were able to get a book with almost every activity that we did, and we kind of based it off of some of what Hippie does. But
Pete the cat.
Pete the cat.
My groovy buttons. Recognize that one.
I know Britni, she packed just about all the bags. Because of COVID, we couldn't have that many people in our office, so certain people took certain chores. But
oh, how fun! I love the hats and the strings.
They did so good.
And you know, they can make it their own. We had a template in there, but then you could do whatever you wanted. I mean, that's the good thing is you use your imagination, just have fun. That's what it's all about.
So fun. I love it. And I love that it's not, I mean, you don't want parents to think, oh, we're going to sit down, we're going to learn this is A and this is B and B says B. I mean, some of that, yes. But with a 2-year-old, no. There's so much more to learn.
Our 4-year-old lesson does have alphabet in it, but it's just introducing them to the alphabet. And we have extensions that we add on that they can work more towards their age group. But it's, no, we would never say, sit down, learn this.
Which we have a great book with the 3 and 4-year-old program, the Alphabet Parade.
Yeah, from A to Z.
From A to Z, that introduces letters too, which is really great.
And the kids have these books.
And they keep them. Yes, ma'am, they get to keep.
That is great. So many things. Now, do you have to qualify for this, or is it just anyone?
Just anyone.
That's great. How can somebody sign their children up?
They can call SAFE at 256-245-4343, or if you see a flyer around town that has our phone number on it.
We have some.
And we have sent them out with most of the schools, and if your child is in school, you probably saw us at one of the schools passing out flyers. We're just trying to get the word out. And we're needing kids, and then we're actually trying to hire a couple people. We've had a few people move on, so if you're interested in a job, we'd love to have you.
I think it's great that you two ladies have done it with your children, and now you're back to teach other parents. That speaks a lot for the program, I think. And the parents in the drive-thru who the parents did the program and now their kids are doing it. That says you really believe in it.
Yes, ma'am.
That is awesome. Now, you just finished with your kids,
I just finished.
All right. What was their favorite part?
Well, actually, their favorite part was making puppets with the popsicle sticks or a sock. They make a puppet with a sock and acting out the story. They really enjoyed that part, which I was surprised. I thought it was the science experiments and the obstacle courses and all the active ones that they do. But they really enjoyed that part, and I'm glad they did.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's
glad they did.
I know in my story times I'm trying to be more intentional of focusing on skills that you need before you learn to read. It doesn't have to be learning letters and sounds. It can be narrative skills, which is just making a puppet and telling the story again. That's part of what you need. Learning new words, which are books or just in the lessons that you have. Print motivation, learning that those letters on the page, they make words.
And you know, when we read, we encourage them the parent to point left to right, and then you'll see the kids later on, because they've seen their parents do that so many times. You'll see them doing that also.
That is perfect. And we don't think about, kids need to know you open the book, you read from top to bottom, from left to right, and that's how they learn it, just with the parents doing it.
Right.
So that's wonderful. Well, we're going to pause for another commercial break, and we'll be right back to talk some more with Becky and Britni.
Since 1848, First Bank of Alabama has been dedicated to our customers and excellence in all areas. With constant improvements to our facilities, to adding new products and services to better serve you, our team is fully engaged in all the communities we serve. First Bank of Alabama knows that time is money, so we offer hometown services with advanced technology that allows you to bank on your own schedule. We want to be your community bank, so stop by. Come see us at First Bank of Alabama, where you're always first.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room, to surgery, to cancer treatment, to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back. I'm talking with Becky Epperson and Britni Roberson with HIPPY, which is under SAFE, Safe Family Services. And I know SAFE covers families, all ages, and this is the part for to help parents learn to help their children. Exactly. So I think it's great. I know when you go into the home, you hand them a lesson plan, so to speak, of some things to do. Is that correct? Is that one right
Yes, ma'am.
there?
This is one right here. This is our 2-year-old one.
That's great.
And
so they don't just tell you and leave you by yourself.
No, ma'am. And it has 5 activities in it.
Okay. And it has instruction, and then it's so easy. Everything in the bold is what the parents say out loud to the kids, and the non-bold print should be what kind of the child's response. But it does not have to exactly be that, but that's the way for the parent to correct them. But if you can read, it is so laid out that anybody can do it. It is on a 2-year-old level or a 3-year-old level or a 4-year-old. And when my kids were little, you know, I would go to Walmart and buy the books, the activity books, and, you know, what do you do? Sit down and let's do this. And I knew that they needed something more, and when we got this, it's just so detailed, and it covers all the aspects of what a child should learn. And it's just laid out so that anybody can understand it.
That is perfect. I know I was telling you a few minutes ago, a friend of mine that taught school, I was telling her about, I think they ended up moving. She was not able to enroll her children, but she said, I'm a school teacher and probably should know what children need, but having it handed to you, and so you don't forget something. I mean, you know, we get busy with life and the home and everything, and how nice just to have something. And if you do the whole program, you know you're going to hit all those important things.
Well, and too, one of my favorite parts is you get to see the child learn. You get to see it when it clicks.
Yes.
That, oh, they got that, you know. Maybe when you started out they didn't quite understand, but after you've done it a few times, it just finally just clicks, you know.
That's awesome to watch your children.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
That's great. Now, does it matter if the children are in school somewhere, if they're in preschool or anything like that? Can they still do your program?
Yes, ma'am. They can still do the program. They can do both. And actually, I used it as like homework, because when my oldest would come home from school and she'd have a worksheet to do, my little one, we would sit down and do it, use the HIPPY as homework, so she would have homework too, like her big sister. And then even when she went to preschool, when she got home from preschool, this would be like her little homework while her big sister had homework. 'Cause, you know, they don't provide homework in preschool anyway.
Right,
So.
right.
And she made her feel good that she had homework.
Yeah. When they're little and they want homework.
I know.
But that is great.
But they're getting mama's attention too. So.
Right.
That's true. That's true. Now I know COVID prevents a lot of this, but do you do vision and hearing, speech, things like that?
In a normal time, we would do a vision and hearing. We do what's called a Bracken test. It's a standardized test, and some of that we've not been able to do quite as much of that. But hopefully, the state office is trying to come up with a way that we could do that on Zoom. I don't know, but we're still waiting on some news on that. But I hope they find something out, because that's important in seeing where your kids are at in the beginning and how much they learn as the year progresses.
That's wonderful, and that's great to catch those things early that they need help with. Early intervention is wonderful. It's great. So let's see. Do you feel like that this helped your children be ready for kindergarten, or both of you? And I guess I'm thinking Britni more recently.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. And they were excited to go to kindergarten, and they were prepared. They could already write their name, and because in the 4-year-old they do focus on learning your name. Maybe in the letters of your name. So, and I may have pushed it a little more on writing your name, but because they practice writing their name in flour and with their finger and different things like that. But and they knew how to recognize some of their letters, if anything, at least the ones in their name.
Right.
And they were definitely, I feel like, prepared.
I know they knew how to learn.
Yes, ma'am. They knew how to learn, and they love it.
How to listen, how to sit for a few minutes and do an activity.
And enjoy a book, sit and listen to a book.
Wow.
We've had teachers come back and tell us that they love hearing that the kids are in HIPPY, because they've learned how to sit down, listen, and follow directions, because we're in these activities, we're asking them questions that they have to follow more than one step directions. And that's something some kids just, they don't get that until they actually start school, so they're already a little behind.
Right.
And we don't realize that.
That's true. I know as parents, we don't always realize things like that, like you said, giving 2-step instructions. So we're busy trying to cook supper or whatever it is, so that is great.
And you want a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
And we all get caught up in that, I know, but and that's where this gears us to, makes us take that other step.
Just a few minutes a day.
That's it.
Well, we're almost out of time, but tell them again how they can get into, and can it be parents or parents, grandparents, caregivers doing the program with the child?
Yes, anybody who has a 2, 3, or 4-year-old can call SAFE. If it's a grandparent, we have several grandparents who do it. Maybe their parent the child's parent works. So the grandparents may want to do it. They may be the babysitter. As long as the parent gives consent, we're more than happy to do it with any of them. And we can meet with any adult in the family to go over the lessons.
That's great.
That's going to be doing HIPPY with the kids.
That's awesome. So they just need to call SAFE.
Call SAFE.
To get in touch,
and it's that simple. And Miss Marcia, you can also look at the SAFE website. I'm glad you reminded me.
Okay.
If you just Google SAFE Family Service Center, there is a place on there that you can see the HIPPY program and can fill out an application online, and we will get back in touch with you.
Well, thank y'all for being here, and thank you for joining us on Library Connection. And go to the SAFE website or call SAFE to sign your children up for HIPPY.